This is my first bit. This will be my first bit of English commentary so far, so I'm really excited to do it.
Nice. I'm glad you'll be able to do it with us as well. So we do have Secret coming now around turn 2. He's about to come through the first sector now, and of course he's going to go red because no one's set laps yet. But VTR and Deck are also on a lap as well. Deck going through the second sector along with VTR. John now coming through the first sector. So everyone putting in their banker laps. So hopefully they can get a good lap in first. So they have a lap for the qualifying.
Let's see. I'm interested to see what does Secret do, because I know he's really fast in this track, so I presume that he's going to be a strong candidate to get the pole position.
Yeah, so I believe I don't even know what the record is for him at the moment with pole positions, but I know it's very high, and the amount of times he's done it in a row is quite a lot. So
I think his last races he's won what 3 in a row by like 20 odd seconds, so he's just been dominating the league so far. So here we go through the final corner for Secret, and he comes across the line to do a okay 126.3.
Wow, 26.3, you know, on a qualifying session, it's really fast, you know, like people are doing 25s, the fastest ones are doing 25, mid 25s on time attack, so 26.3 to start is amazing.
And I think last week's race, I think the biggest surprise for that would have been Moxie, who's unfortunately just crashed there on a lap. But he was running in second for most of the race, wasn't he?
Yeah, then he got passed by person 20 at the moment, Nelson, and then he unfortunately just lost the front to the final corner and finished in 4th position.
Yep, which was a bit unfortunate for Moxie, but then he did go on to win the race in another league that he competes in, which was a big surprise for everyone, so he did a really good job. So hopefully he can do the same as what he did last week in the CRL as well. But Jay Stead's now coming across the line, Moxie's teammate, and he goes and does... if I can find his name. There we go, he's coming through the final corner now, so... I reckon he'll go possibly 4th, is my prediction.
Yep.
4th. 3.1 off Secret. Currently, Secret and Deck way ahead of the field. But Jay said there, just separating the two Suzukis. So
in the past few races, Deck has got 2nd place, but he's not made it easy. He'd be in 2nd, then he'd crash, get back into 2nd, and crash, get back into 2nd again, and then crash. But you'll be wanting to know a lot smoother of a race. But he does provide some entertainment, so it's. We don't complain.
No, we don't. Yeah, it's been some interesting races, because this is the last round of the season. What would you say your favourite race of the season has been?
Oh wait, that's a good question.
It's a good question, because well, we haven't seen this one yet. This one could be one of the best of the season yet, but
the last
19 that we've seen.
The last one was good. Probably one of the first rounds of the season where it was Secret versus Solito, but I can't remember which one.
I know the last time we had a full field was Austria. We had 12 riders there, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a pretty hectic race, but I'd say last round was definitely one of the best battles that we've seen. You know, 4 riders battling for, was it 2nd or 3rd?
Yeah, it was like a battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And it tailed off to a battle for 2nd place. Yep,
so it was a pretty interesting battle for a lap, and then just some glitches happened with the milestone synchronization glitch, which caused a couple of riders to go down, but upon review we knew that was the case, but it was unfortunate that it didn't go on for much longer than it did.
Well, in the meantime, Secret is really pushing hard, you know. He's 1.2 seconds clear of his opposition, but he was still pushing hard. He was coming up with 2nd and 3rd sectors in red, but he completely messed up the last right-hander. So here he goes again.
I think JZ there just got a little bit put off by his teammate who respawned on the track and had to go on the inside. John's crashed in the second sector. I don't know where in the second sector, but JZ's going to come across the line. Does he go on the front row? Yes, he does, by 39 thousandths of a second, and boosted.
Boost is coming now.
I think maybe his lap. Yeah, invalidated the lap. Moxie's yet to put on a lap as well, so he's got 3.5 minutes to put in a lap time.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of trouble on the last sector. A couple of minutes ago also Astra John was coming up with a valid lap up until the last sector, and he ended up messing up the last sector, so quite a bit of drama in there.
Yeah, it's very difficult that right-hander as before the really long left, because you take too much curve, your bike's going to go flying. Don't take enough, you're going to understeer off the track, so it's a bit of a decision you have to make. Here comes VTR on the Suzuki.
Because I've been doing this track on Ride 4 now, seeing as it's just come out on there, and you can do really well through the first 3 seconds, and if you just mess up that right-hander before the long left-hander, you can lose all that time that you've made up in the first 3 seconds if you just get it slightly wrong. So you have to get that last 2 corners, pretty much 2-3 corners right on this circuit to get a good lap in.
Oh, VTR just exceeded track limits there at the end. Mogsy exceeded track limits again. We got Deck and John, who are both, where is Deck on the track? Deck's behind, so we'll follow John. Coming round to the end of the third sector. He's improving. This is where he made a mistake last time. Through the right. Nicely done. Round the long left now. And into the final corner. Very difficult to get it right. But he's got it right. Out the final corner. Firing down that Ducati, which does have a lack of rear grip. And he jumps into 5th place.
Oh, by 41 thousandths of a second.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go with Boosted coming out the final corner.
Oh, and Moxie needs to step up, you know. He still does not have any time set, and there's only 1.5 minutes to go.
Has this lap gone as well, or is it just an invalid lap glitch where it's just telling me it's invalid? Let's see, to go through sector 2.
I think it's an invalid lap glitch. Yeah, it's an invalid lap glitch.
Yes, it is. So Mogsy, he actually was on the front row last time, so he'll need to put this lap together through the fast chicane in real life. That right-hander.
Oh, and
he's done the classic Flint 2 crash just a corner later.
Yep.
Now JZ is about to get over the line, and he's improved, but not enough.
Yeah.
Deck now coming through the first sector on a personal best.
Whoa, that is
He's
wide.
gone through the second as well now.
He's going to get a nice
with the personal
cutback.
best.
Auto boost is down. That might be his session over. Deck validates his lap. That might be his session over.
I reckon they can get across the line.
They can just about do it. VTR coming round. Turn 11, I believe that is.
John pitting, I think that's him done.
Yeah. Through the fast chicane for VTR. Now round the long left-hander. And into the final corner.
A little bit wide. Just a little bit. Almost exceeds there. But he is going to come across the line. He does improve slightly.
Secret's also crashed. Right,
Yep.
Mogsy. He's yet to pull a lap in. And he's got about 6 corners to do so. JZ's crashed, his teammate is down. Deck is on it. Deck's still got a lap to do so.
Yeah, JZ tried to follow the wheel of Deck, but I presume he had his tires overcooked from the last
Comes
try.
Moxie. Moxie now coming around the long sweeping left-hander as he now will be breaking into the final corner, and it does look like he's gonna get a valid lap. I think he's just gonna stay well away from the edge of the track there.
Where's he gonna go? He's been last all session. He jumps into 4th. Decker's lost it into the final, well, into the third sector. He's got someone in front of him. I don't know who that might be Boosted or VTR. That's one of the Suzuki's, I believe, in front of him on track.
It is Boosted.
And
Yep.
his lap was gone. So let me just confirm the results.
And here we are, guys. We do have our round 20 of the CRL final grid positions of the season, and it is Secretly is on pole, followed by the American rider Deck the Fall on the LCR Honda, followed by JZ, the French rider, on the Repsol Honda, followed by his teammate Moxie in 4th, getting that lap at the last minute. Then we have the two Suzukis in 5th and 6th, and then rounding up the grid is our lone Ducati rider, Astra John. So gonna be dry, but it could be interesting if it's wet, but it is dry. Certainly wasn't dry when I was there in 2018. Valencia. I was in that grandstand you could see there at the start on the right hand side of the straight as you come out the final corner. He was sat in there and it was just pouring down with rain. It wasn't very pleasant, but it was nice to go to the track for the weekend.
So it's dry, sunny conditions, hot conditions as well. It's Valencia in November, so not hot conditions, but warmer than it would be if it was cloudy.
Yeah, it was certainly cold when it was cloudy and rainy there.
It's going to be possibly cold in the next 2 rounds in MotoGP here, if they happen, which they should do.
I reckon they'll probably go ahead with it.
So while we're waiting, I'll have a look at the weather forecast for next week's races.
So, tyre choices, what would you think you would go for, Jack, here?
Well, in a league race I did yesterday around here, I went soft to medium, which I did struggle with at the end, so it's
gone soft hard for now, I think.
It's just a thing whether you want to go for tyre temperature and fast first half, or you suffer the tyre temperature and you go for the end of the race.
What would you have gone for, Joel, if you were in this situation, if you were racing and you needed to do tyres and everything?
Probably soft hard as well.
Yeah, soft hard's the best bet. Especially if you're using that Suzuki as well. That's weirdly on this game, the Suzukis, they tend to be the ones that have issues with tyre wear, whereas in real life, the Suzukis tend to be the ones that don't suffer well with tyre wear, so that's Milestone adding in an extra reverse thing in this game where the Suzuki seem to struggle. But I've heard some Suzuki riders sometimes tend to go for the hard just because by like 75% race, this like 75% through the race, the tyres are just shredded compared to the Yamahas or the Ducati or the Honda. So the Suzukis tend to fade away kind of near the end of the race normally.
Right, so everyone's readied up. Let's get this final race underway.
Here we are then, the final round of the CRL as the riders line up on the grid with Secret, who's yet again with another pole position. And I'm pretty certain he could convert it to another win. And here we go then, and it is lights out. We are away for round 20 at Valencia.
Deck has not got a good start off the launch of the line. Oh, here we go into turn 1. Hopefully everyone gets through safe. Deck's completely outbroke himself. He's off the track. That rejoins the track in last position into the hairpin. Now Boosted looking up the inside. JZ looking up the inside of VTR. Forces him wide. Whoa, contact between JZ and John. Whoa.
Whoa, what a rocket start by Secret Luz, not giving any chance to his opponents. He was well clear into the first corner. And he already has like a second and a half of advantage to Boosted and JZ, that they are completely battling for the second position.
Side by side between JZ and Boosted into turn 8. Boosted's just got the better of him. You got John.
Oh, John's gone down. Oh, what happened there was I was watching Mogsy as Deck took the wide line in to hit the apex, and John was almost taking a tighter line, and John just broke a bit too hard to try to avoid Deck.
Whoa, Mogsy and Deck. Contact coming out of turn 11.
What a pity for John.
Hopefully he can try and not crash now and try and catch up to the guys in front of him. So we'll be battling for a little while, I think.
Someone was wide there. Was that Deck? Yeah, I think that was Deck a little bit wide there on the exit.
Yeah, because you just know that.
Slipstream with Deck.
You just know that drama is coming in here.
Well, JZ up the inside and boosted, and he's at the grass, and he's down.
Just as I said it. Oh man. Poor JZ.
Yeah. So boosted. He had a podium in Motegi, a couple of rounds to go, and he's back in second. VTR taking an extremely unique line through turn 2, let's say. And that's promoted Deck into 3rd place. So boosted out in 2nd place, he'll be very happy with that. Deck in 3rd, looking to chase his fellow American.
Well, this has been a certainly interesting first 2 laps of the race now. There's a lot of riders battling. But I'm going to switch over to who we got here. Deck is the one.
It's turning into a very stereotypical Valencia race here, where you got about a pack of 4 riders who are on nearly at the same pace.
VTR running a bit wide there.
Deck looking up the inside for boosted. Oh, Moxie's forced VTR wide. But
they
luckily
almost came together.
Yeah, luckily they didn't crash. Deck looking up the inside. Is he going to go for the final corner pass? No, he's not.
Getting boosted slipstream maybe. Boosted messing up the exit there horribly.
And Deck just fires past him. And now Moxie's in the slipstream of boosted.
Great exit from the corner by Deck.
Into turn 1, boosted. Oh my! Lots of corner entry speed there, and thankfully no contact there. Moxie now looking up the inside of boosted into turn 2. Yes.
Just
no.
Dropping off the pack. I don't know whether he made a mistake or there's contact.
Whoa! No!
Oh man! What a takeout! Wow.
And that is boosted's podium charge over, unless obviously there's other crashes. I don't know.
That was Moxie going for an inside move that the gap just wasn't there, you know. I think JZ was going. You could see that he was going to close the gap, and boom, it just went down.
That promotes VTR to 3rd position.
Yeah. Secret, who's well, he's had no drama, and he's 6 seconds out in front with on lap 3. Deck now in 2nd. He is free of all the chaos as well, so he's looking just to put his pace in. We've got VTR, who I don't believe has the same pace as the guys behind him, so I think he's gonna have to try and make as few mistakes as possible to make sure he can maintain this 3rd position. But Moxie is trying to close in. We got JZ,
Boosted.
John, and boosted.
Boosted is closing in on John, but as you can see on that straight with Ducati, just powers away from that Suzuki. Boosted running on the green a little bit.
JZ's running wide.
Inside of John! Did he take him out? No, he didn't.
No.
Okay, that was so close.
By the slightest of margins, man.
That was so close. I was on board with boosted, and I wasn't too sure whether he'd taken Ash John with him. But yeah, so far it does look like the front 2 guys have powered away. Gaps kind of opening from all the riders now, it seems like.
VTR's being closed in by Moxie, just half it. Well, okay, has Moxie made a mistake? Moxie's round on at turn 9 or turn 8. He was closing in by half a second that lap, but he's round very wide, and he's now dropped into 5th place. And JZ is past him, but looking back up the inside, he's on the grass. You should not be doing that. Side by side between the 2 Repsol boys. Into the chicane. Over the curb. That is very risky.
Oof. I was going to say, he was just a bit more on the inside of that curb, he would have gone down. He's leaving the door open a bit there, but JZ doesn't look up.
It's very risky going for a move there, 'cause it's so easy just to lose the front. Here comes
Definitely,
JZ now
especially on this game.
in the slipstream, looking for turn 1.
Here he goes.
Round the outside.
Wow.
He'll do it around the outside.
Whoa!
He has
And
done it around the
he's done
outside.
it.
Wow.
Nice move there.
And now Moggs is going to look up the inside into turn 2. Yes, but
The
They
cut
didn't
back?
do the cut back.
Oh yeah.
here we go to turn 3. Oh, that was nearly deja vu. Into turn 4. Moggs goes up the inside, just not close enough to JZ there.
Tremendous stuff from the Repsol Honda riders.
They're certainly putting on a show for the last round. And so far I think John will actually be quite happy with how he's doing so far. He is actually closing in, I believe, on those Repsol Honda riders.
Whoa, Moggsy!
Whoa.
And he's down!
What a shame.
And that promotes John into 5th position, whereas Moggsy on track is 1.5 seconds. So Moggsy, who was fine for 4th position and was closing in on 3rd position at one point, now languishes down in 6th position.
Yeah, I was just about to say that John was ready to pick up the pieces in case of any eventuality between the Repsol Honda riders, and that Moxie crash has promoted him up into 5th place. So yeah, after an early crash, he's steadily recovering.
Oh,
Moggsy's down again.
He lost the front in the final corner there, so
Has boosted power pass? Yes, he has. So Moggsy, in the space of 2 laps, has gone from 4th.
Moggsy's slowing down.
Has
he run out of fuel?
He hasn't run out. He hasn't run out of fuel, surely.
Has he forgot about fuel? Or has he just had enough?
Well, whatever's happened, he's had some kind of mechanical problem, obviously.
His
Whether that-
controller might have disconnected, maybe. Or
Yeah, he's got
ran
some
out
kind of problem. But Secret out in front by 8 seconds from Deck. Secret just and Moggsy's
Moggsy's gone.
maybe at JZ's down. JZ's lost it at turn 6. Where's John? Is John close enough to pounce? He's looking up the inside. He's not close. Deck's down. John look up the inside. It through turn 8, but he's ran wide. And JZ's retaken 4th position. VTR now is in the hunt for a podium position. Zek has had a crash. I don't think this fight, I think anyone could get a podium at this rate.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the gap is 9 seconds, so VTR is probably going to have a crash to open that up, but it is definitely possible.
Unfortunate for Moggsy there, he don't know what happened with him. He might let us know after what happened, but had some unfortunate crashes there. Some were just his own fault, but I think there's 1 or 2 that weren't his, but disconnections unfortunate, but we have to continue, and only 6 riders left remaining on track. But so far, everyone again quite spread out apart from JZ and John. John just slowly getting away from JZ. JZ pulling the gap on John, so nothing drastic going to happen to like not yet anyway. But Secret 14 seconds in front of Deck, and Secret is also the only one with a penalty so far in this race. I've just realised.
Yeah, I reckon that might have just been either he's gone over the pit entry lane somewhere at turn 1, or
he's doing it. I just switched over to him and he was coming out.
Not pit entry, pit exit here. He's probably just gone to the little orange and white there, and if you go over that, no matter what you're doing there, you're gonna get a 2/10 penalty at least.
Deck's got 1 though.
So VTR, he's just basically stayed out of trouble, and he's in 3rd.
Yep. This because VTR's only done. This is only his 3rd race, isn't it? He came in as kind of a replacement for one of the riders, and so he's not been going on the championship standings, because being only doing 3 races wouldn't change anything in the championship. But he is going towards, his points are going towards Suzuki's manufacturers championship and teams championship, so as John is the lone Ducati, does that promote Suzuki to third?
I think Suzuki were third already, I believe. No, Suzuki have already. No, Suzuki is secured in second.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'll have to check the team standings. There's Monster Energy Yamaha, they won that rounds ago. They just dominated the whole team's championship. Both of their riders coming in first and second in the championship. So let me just check the team's standings.
Oh, and the secret is still pushing. You know, he has an enormous gap to Deck, who's in second place, but he's going all over the curves, all over the green stuff, man. It's quite spectacular, his riding.
So despite the fact that he's got, despite the fact he's got this race still pretty much in the bag, he's still pushing like mad.
What's happened to VTR?
What do you mean?
VTR's running on.
He's gone straight. Don't tell me he's. I bet his controller's disconnected.
Oh man, what a shame.
He's gone.
Has he run out? He's run out of fuel.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
What a terrible mistake. He must have been on power setting 2 and he must have forgot to get it down. Oh man.
VTO had it. Oh no. He had the podium in the bag, and that is. Well, he will be kicking himself. So JZ now in third place, John in fourth, and Boosted in fifth. Only 5 people left now.
There's a lot going on in this race now, with only 5 riders remaining.
I'll tell you what, this 14, it's pretty much guaranteed that Secret and Deck are going to be first and second. Third place is not, because JZ's gone down, and John is into the third positions.
John keeping his progression, you know, after the first lap crash, you know, he's managed to keep it on the black stuff, and through other people's mistakes, boom, there he is, on the podium. Great performance by him.
Well, but if John can get a podium at this last round, it'd be phenomenal if he could get a podium at the final round, because he hasn't had one all season, and he's been actually wanting to finish within a certain gap from Secret, because you only get 40 seconds out of the lead across the line to finish the race, such he wants to do it, so he could do it.
They're taking a very strange line through turn 2, like quite a few of them are. So this is the battle for third place between John, JZ and Boosted.
Yeah, all of them are catching up to the guy in front, so we can expect a tough battle on this last section of the race.
The American and the French rider are both running in on the British rider on the Ducati, slowly gaining on him. John running wide.
Yeah, John is going wide at every corner. He must be struggling with the tires.
I think he's also going to be trying to push to try and stay in third. Boosted's down. Oh. He's down at turn 8, and that could be his podium chances gone.
Yeah, I think that's it. Unless both of John and JZ crash, I think the battle for the podium is up to those two.
We go through the long left-hander. So he's looking. No.
He had the look. There we go. Then he's got the better exit than John, I believe. That Ducati is just gonna power away. Nothing that JZ can do about that down the straight.
Through turn 1.
Ran a bit wide.
JZ's going to be looking round the outside into turn 2 on the brakes. John's held it though. Into turn 3. And into turn 4.
Great defensive riding by John.
Yeah, John's riding very defensive, and he's doing a really good job of that right now.
Through turn 5 and now into turn 6.
Oh man.
JZ taking a very tight corner after having a little bit of a moment through turn 8 now.
And fastest lap by Secret.
Jesus. So, lap 12 already. Whoa!
Whoa!
JZ getting very close to the back of John.
And again. Ooh, the race
JZ having a
stepping up
moment.
for JZ.
JZ is taking a lot of risks.
Yeah. Here we go down the straight into turn 1. JZ just not close enough with the slipstream. All the bikes are like moving all over the place. It's the back.
He was completely out of shape coming up onto the first corner, man.
Into turn 2. JZ wide. Again.
Who's still in with a shout at getting this place? Something happens between these two.
Whoa, JZ,
Contact again.
I cannot even imagine the pressure that John must be feeling right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd hate it.
Oh, here he goes.
Wow.
John just holding it. Now into turn 7.
In another fast lap for man, Secret is amazing.
You know, he's showing no mercy. He's won the championship. He wants to.
Oh, J7. Man, a lot of corner speed through that. He does wrong blade. I think he's getting a little bit impatient now. I think you can see just from how he's riding. I think he's just getting.
I think it's that little bubble there is on this game where. Whoa!
Whoa!
What a wheelie, man. He's been so aggressive at some point of the track with the throttle. And he almost went high side a couple of laps ago, and now this, man. This could end up with both of them on the floor. I hope not, but we'll see.
No.
Into turn 1. Where is Secret on track? He must be like a second sector, surely. Maybe even the third sector. Cause I'm not. Whoa, he's going for the inside. No, he's not. No, he's not. Just from the camera, it looked like it.
Yeah, once again, John closing the door on the inside. No way through for JZ so far.
Into turn 6.
John riding really well at being defensive. Really well. Doing a great job.
Into turn 7 and 8.
Oh!
Whoa!
And again, they both
Just gonna
touch
give
again.
JZ a little bit of warning because he has made contact with John. Oh, the inside! No, yes!
No, he's taking him out! He's taking him out! That's the turn to lead position. Gonna have to turn to lead position.
Oh man. I didn't count how many times he almost ran into the back of John because of the difference of corner speed, and in the end he ended up taking him out. And now Boosted has come into play for the last lap in this fight.
JZ leads the position.
Wow.
Whoa!
I think he's not listening to the race direction. He keeps on going strong.
Tell him again.
Because there's not much time left. Oh, he's doing it, he's doing it.
He's waving now.
So Boosted could be looking to nab the podium position off JZ. Well, he's going to be taking it, but can he take it at the end of the race? There we go, and he's through. He's going to try and pounce the earliest point he can. The race is finished.
Oh man, the race is finished already.
Secret's won.
They are not going to make it to the line.
They're not. JZ's
down!
down!
JZ's down! Oh, I was going to say it was so important to remain in front, and yeah, Boosted has made it. Wow.
Boosted's got the podium unless Boosted does make some sort of mistake.
Beck has just crossed the line in second place.
So, Boosted is going to take third place.
And that's it. The race is over. And that is the final race of the CRL of MotoGP 2020 complete. And we have our final finishers. And it is Secret losing another win. Again, 26 seconds over Deck.
Why do you say JZ isn't third? That's not right. Just ignore that.
That's not right. It is Boosted in third. Followed by John in fourth. JZ in fifth. And then BTR who would finish sixth. And then Moxie in seventh. So that is your final positions for the race. So we need to get Deck's already in here. We just need to get
Boosted's already in here, so we just need no, not JZ.
Oh, not JZ. Sorry.
Boosted's already in. Secret. So unmute Deck, unmute Boosted. Oh, God's sake, Boosted's automatically muted for some reason. God's sake. Right, just wait for Secret to enter the chat.
Thank you, John.
Really, John, man, you had a great race. You deserved every bit of that.
Okay. John just expressing his anger there if you can't hear him. But yeah.
Right,
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Right, so we will now start our interviews, and I'll start with third place finisher, Boosted. You're not back at the end there when there was the incident with JZ and John, but you rode a good race and you came through at the end to get that podium spot. And how was it?
To be honest, mate, it was actually, I was shocked the start I got. The fact I was in second blew my mind. I was just trying to hold the line, and then I knew Mogsy was going to come in eventually. But when he came in, I didn't even see him till it was too late. I was already tipped in. We collided, and that was the end of it for me. And then I was catching him, and for some reason it tucked the front. I even went with a harder compound tires so it wouldn't tuck so easily. But obviously that didn't work out, and then luckily I got early Christmas gift from John and JZ for third place. It was definitely a tough race. I was pretty upset about getting knocked off, but hey, it's racing. It is what it is. Glad I got to be on the podium again. Sadly, I think John deserves it, but it is what it is.
I appreciate you stopping by and joining the league when you did to replace one of the riders. You rode pretty well, so well done, and well done for getting that podium. So,
Thanks, man.
Jack, if you want to do Deck.
Deck, you got second. You were last out of turn one, probably the worst start you've had all season. But luckily you managed to avoid all chaos that struck in front of you to get into second place. You had another crash, but that didn't impact you. So how was it?
It was alright. I wasn't happy with my qualifying, but the race ended up in last, fortunately, but it was alright. An okay race.
Thank you.
That's it, yeah. Right, so, Joel, if you would like to do an interview with Secret, it's going to be much easier for him now, so if you would just like to, if you want to do it in Spanish, it would...
Yeah, do you want me to ask him in Spanish?
If you want to do
And
it in
then I
Spanish, it's
translate.
easier for both of
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you can do it in
Okay.
Spanish.
Bueno, Secret, pues primero de todo, felicidades por la victoria, tío. Y bueno, cuéntanos un poco. Primero, la sesión clasificatoria, la pole con autoridad, con más de un segundo de ventaja sobre Deck, creo. Y luego ya en la salida has salido como un misil, te has escapado ya en la primera curva, tenías un gap. Y luego ya ha sido una contrarreloj de 14 vueltas, o sea, no has dado ninguna ocasión a tus rivales y cuando tenías más de 16 segundos de ventaja te seguíamos viendo acelerar a tope, yéndote por encima del AstroTurf, marcando vueltas rápidas en las vueltas 9 y 10. Cuéntanos un poco cómo ha ido. So basically, Sergey, what he said is he wasn't quite happy with his time on the qualifying. He knew he could improve it, but he kept on making mistakes and invalidating the lap. And then on the race, he was aiming to do a great start, and he got it. He benefited from the battle behind to get a decent gap, but he's not quite happy with his race because he says he lacked some feeling with the front tire, that he was having stability issues on braking, and then by the last 3 laps he had just 1 liter left of fuel, so he had to put power 0. So that's basically his race.
Alright, well, thank you for the translation, and that is it from us then, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah.
I think John should get a overall CRL interview.
Oh, yeah, why not? Yeah.
I think he deserves.
Oh, hang on, let me just...
Do it.
Yeah.
You can do it then, Jack. John's not got his voice shared, so
Yeah.
we have to...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Venga.
Bye.
Hello.
Yeah, sorted.
Right, so John, you've been one of 2 riders to manage to go the whole season, which we're very thankful for. And in that last race, it was definitely the best race you've put in all season. Unfortunately, you were hampered by bad luck. If you could say some words.
Without a doubt, I agree that that was by far my best race of the entire season throughout the CRL. I have unfortunately struggled with the Ducati and the handling of the Ducati more than anything. Sadly managed to find a little extra on it a little too late, but was hopeful for a good race today. Was mega shocked at actually being in position to fight for a podium spot, but yeah, just fell unfortunate to a couple of incidents that's cost me the podium and cost me the chance to get to cross the line within the allocated time. But on the whole, it's been a great championship. I've really enjoyed it. For the performance level that I'm at, and especially with where I've been at on the Ducati, on the whole, I'm pretty pleased with how well I've managed to do.
Awesome. Well done, John, and we appreciate you staying for the whole season. That was definitely, as you said, your best race of the season, and you should have got that podium then, but with incidents that happened in that race, it didn't quite happen. But again, well done for today, and well done for staying it out for the whole season. We appreciate you doing that, so thank you very much.
Been a pleasure. It's been a great pleasure. Unfortunately, as Boosted said, incidents like that, sadly, that's racing.
Yeah.
These things happen.
But well done anyway, John. So I'm guessing that is it from us now then, Jack, yeah?
Yeah, so that is the end of CRL. Will there be another one? Who knows? But thank you to everyone who has raced for us and watched us, and thank you, Joel, for commentating with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And we will see you maybe on MotoGP 21 or Ride 4, maybe, who knows. But from me and Chappers and everyone here, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.